Wow, guys, we are on a crazy journey with unicorn fart dust. I'm going to tell you a story. Last night, I went up to our neighborhood pool. We've got a little pool, it's been there since 1965. I was sitting reading a book that I'm reading about how to grow businesses, how to grow communities, always trying to help further our cause here at UFD, but minding my own business. And then one of my neighbors walked in. He's a guy that I see maybe, one of those people. I see him maybe only during the summer, to be honest with you, because he's at the neighborhood pool, but a great guy, very smart guy. Now, St. Louis, where I live, you may not know this, but there are some big major financial services companies in St. Louis. Companies like Wells Fargo, Stifel, Edward Jones, big MasterCard, Citibank, big operations in St. Louis. And he works for one of those big companies. I'll leave it at that. And he said, "How you doing?" I said, "Great." And we hadn't talked. He had no idea about UFD. So, "What have you been up to?" And I told him about my gold and silver channel. He knew about that and how well that was doing. And then I told him about unicorn fart dust. And guys, this is the best news ever. He was fascinated about what we are doing. He was absolutely enthralled by UFD, how it happened. He was like, "How did you do this? Like, how did you plan all this?" And I laughed and I said, "I didn't plan it." I said, "Susie, sent me this story about Fartcoin, and it said I can start a meme coin." And I explained to him about Solana. But the thing is, he's a higher level, management level person at one of the big financial, a very smart guy. Like I said, I see him mostly during the summers, but he's got kids about the same age. And he was absolutely enthralled about UFD and what's going on. And he's like, "No way. Like, you had to have planned this." And I said, "No, I didn't." I told him, "Look, for those of you who don't know, my plan for 2025 was not to have the world's best meme coin community developing around me 6 months later, where we are right now. No, my plan was for fun, I would do this. This was all I wanted for Christmas." The crock pot. I was going to start another channel, not called Unicorn Fart Dust on YouTube. No, I was going to start another channel called Ron's Crock Pot, where for fun, I would make a weekly crock pot cooking video. I did get the crock pot. Thank you, Susie. And I have made, I think, a pork butt and what is that called? Chuck roast. And they've turned out very well, but I don't have time for that. Now I'm UFD. The point here with my neighbor was that he was so happy about what we are doing, so interested in what we are doing. And guys, that tells me we are just scratching the surface. That's what's important here. Okay, then I'd mentioned to him that I'm sponsored by MoonPay and Ledger. And he's like, "MoonPay?" He's like, "Oh my gosh, I see their logo or banner in the lobby of our building all the time." He's like, "This is incredible, Ron." And the other thing that he said, one final thing on him, a great guy, is that he understands, and this is very interesting. Like, we talk about the demise of the fiat money system quite a bit, right? That's why we invest in non-fiat, non-paper dollar systems. He also he brought it up because we were talking about gold and silver, and crypto people and gold and silver people share all the same motivations for what they do. And he completely understood what's going on with the money printing and the devaluation of the US dollar. So anyway, two other big things going on. Oh, by the way, thank you for being here. Horns up, Dusters. Horns up. We got a lot to be optimistic about. I'm going to tell you two other things that occurred to me at that very same swimming pool earlier, but things that we are optimistic about and can be very, very happy about right now. But remember, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial planner. I'm just a guy in his basement that started a meme coin as an experiment, and it's blossomed into what it is today. So don't make any financial decisions based on anything I say. Don't get adopted, or don't adopt a puppy. Don't adopt yourself either. Get engaged, buy or sell anything, do anything based on anything that I say. And in full disclosure, yes, I have a big, Susie and I have a big investment in UFD. So our horns are aligned. And how did you get in my basement? I want to remind you of that very critical point. This is only possible because of your participation. Participation. Farticipate. Oh my gosh, we just came up with a new term. We call it farticipation, not participation. In UFD, we engage in farticipation. Somebody make a short video out of this. This is breaking news. I knew something big was going to happen today. We don't participate, we farticipate. Okay. Well, on that note, here's the two things that occurred to me. Are you feeling it, Dusters? Huh? The momentum is growing and growing. When I say that, I refer to our community. And what I refer to are new people coming into our community. And the other thing that I felt so good about, okay, the momentum, the organic momentum is growing. The other thing is it's becoming blatantly obvious to me that you guys are absolutely, in a good way, crazy about UFD. You're putting in the work. Like Murad says all the time, right? Like the communities like us. I mean, do you feel it? Like you guys are out there all the time. I can't even name all your names. So you name your name for yourself and then pat yourself on your horn. You're doing an unbelievable job. So when we look at the momentum that we're getting, and then on top of that, the willingness of you in this community, right, to exercise discipline, right? When motivation fails you, discipline does not. To me, points towards just an unbelievable future. Let's go look at some. This is, and I want to give you some evidence right now. Let's look at the evidence. This was actually not supposed to be on the screen, but since it is up, we'll talk about it. This was evidence of new people coming in. Remember, this guy bought, you can see my yellow, hold on here. There we go. My yellow pointer. He bought 3,000. There were like 4 people a couple days ago, new people making significant buys of UFD. But this is what we want to look at. And, hold on one second. Let's see if Susie's with us. Susie, are you here? Over.
I am over.
Okay, I'm having a little trouble with my second monitor. So if you see any problems, please alert me. Thank you. Over. Okay. Okay, this is BitBoy Jay Banana here on, and this he wrote. I'm just going to speed read this to you, but this is I think gives us some of the big reasons why we can remain to be super optimistic about UFD. Being delusional and disgruntlingly optimistic might just be the best strategy this cycle. You think UFD has a ceiling? Nothing has a ceiling until market sentiment slams it into the floor. Just because your favorite KOL isn't pumping it doesn't mean it's trash. If anything, it means it's the next one to teleport up with everyone who slept on it. Stop waiting for validation. Start looking where the passion is. Real plays don't need 10 Twitter threads and a podcast feature. They need conviction. I love seeing small accounts shill UFD. That tells me everything your crypto Twitter idol is blind, and the people who actually get it are early. UFD isn't built for clout chasing crypto Twitter. It's got a mission statement, and it pulls in the normies, the outsiders, the crowd that actually moves markets. That's why you're not aping yet. The smell on CT's face will be fun to watch. Oh, man. I mean, okay, so he talked about the fact that we are bringing in the outsiders. We are bringing in new people into cryptocurrency, into UFD. Why? Because they trust you, because they trust me, because we're good people, because we're good attracts good. We are doing something that no one else is doing. On top of that, he talks about our mission. And let us remind ourselves, guys, our mission is to prove that fair, honest, transparent, level playing field and good can win in crypto. Do we have goals? Yes, we do. We have the 1 billion Beanopoly, our first stop. Do we have meaning? Do we have purpose? Do you feel that? Do you think we're united? Do you think we're motivated? And finally, I'm going to look you in the eye when I say this one. Do you feel like we have soul? I think we have soul. Do you feel like we have soul? I know we have soul. We got more soul than any other cryptocurrency in the world. Don't forget, right? Pump Fund created 11.5 million other meme coins over the last 18 months. 11.5 million. You know who's been number 2, number 3, number 4 in the top 5 for a long, long time? You, FD, because of your farticipation. Hold on a second. Let's check with Susie. Susie almost didn't come on the live stream. She was watching TV, but I encouraged her to join us. Hey, Susie.
Yes. Over though.
What do you think of that new term we've invented today called farticipation?
You know, too cool.
I don't think you were pushing your button. Over.
It's amazing, Ron.
Okay. I didn't quite feel the passion in that. You guys let me know. Farticipation. I won't say it again. I promise. Okay. More people. Guys, this momentum is crazy. And these are the accounts. These are the people. We're not. Hold on a minute here. I want to make one thing very clear to you. We aren't paying these people to say these nice things about you and me and UFD. We are not paying anyone. Okay, back to the regularly scheduled program. All right, here we go. Boom. Wrong one. Yeah, no, right one. Okay. This one from Jim Hunter. Okay, Jim Hunter, guys, has 147,000, sometimes I exaggerate, 147,000 followers. Okay, what does Jim Hunter say? He says, I like UFD. This was yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Wow. Thank you, Jim Hunter. And I think I retweeted it and said, we like you and we're glad you're here. But then look what you guys do, right? Look at this. UFD. Okay. S tier community. Good attracts good. Crypto Paladin. More beans. Okay. Happy birthday, Elon Musk. Happy birthday, Elon Musk. I don't know where that came from. Look at that one. Oh, I love South Park. I love Connector. I mean, costs, right? Beans. Look at, I mean, oh, we were in the newspaper again. Don't forget that was a week ago today. Look at our picture. Yeah. Anyway, look, UFD. I mean, I don't need to go on. There's our race car. There's the, what do you call? There's the truck. Look, there's, what's that thing called? The sphere, I'm sorry, in Las Vegas. I could see that from my room. There's our truck. Look right here. Hold on. Dusters. Okay. See that? Look at that. That is us. Okay. No, we're nothing. We're not going anywhere. Nope. Let me tell you something about unicorns. And are you hearing this? People talking about the next runner. Who's going to run? And I'm like, I guess that means take off. I'm like, guess what? Buttercups. Yeah. And if you don't know what a buttercup is, that's because you're a buttercup. A buttercup is someone who's yet to buy their first unicorn fart dust coin. We don't call them coins. We call them beans because unicorns eat jelly beans. Okay. Unicorns eat jelly beans and that gives them gas and that creates unicorn fart dust. That's how it all works out. Where was I? I was saying something to the buttercups. Well, anyway, buttercups. Runner. Yeah, we're not a runner. No, we're not going to run. We're going to fly. I think Susie's cringing right now upstairs. We're not going to run. We're going to fly. What do you think of that? Let's stop talking about being a runner. We're going to fly. Okay. We're number 2 out of 11.5 million coins in the last 18 months. Let's go back to this. Okay. Here we are. We're back looking at the sphere or the circle, whatever the heck that thing's called. Let's go to the next one. Boom. All right. And this one came from Crypto Vic, our other new friend, right? 20,000 followers. Bidding size on UFD here. I think that means he's buying. 50 times smaller. We are 50 times smaller than the fart coin. We love fart coin. We love when fart coin does well. We love when all the other crypto does well. We aren't casting a lot of great other communities out there, but we're only 2 to 3 times less in social traction. So they're 50 times our size, but our social engagement, which is what everything matters in crypto, we're 30-40% of their social engagement, but they're 50 times bigger. Think about it. All right. Another way to look at that same point from Is the Duster. UFD mentions in social networks among all meme coins is 7.3 thousand. It's important to note that UFD is priced at 2 cents per token, which is 51.28 times lower than Fartcoin. However, UFD is just under 3 times away from matching the mentions of the fart coin. There will be signs, okay? This is all meme coins. And as you can see, just because it wouldn't be one of our duster meetups without me getting out the crayons, there we are right there. This is all meme coins. There we are, okay? All meme coins. There's probably, what, 14 million meme coins? I don't know, 12 million, 13 million? Million. And that's us. These are the biggest. Imagine 13 million circles, because that's what there really are. 11, 12 million. Whatever it is, 12 million. We'll be conservative. 12 million other circles. These are the biggest of the 12 million. This is us, okay? We have been around for 6.6 months, okay? You think we're not going places? I don't know, right? And we have momentum, and you've done this 100% organically. It took teams, it takes millions of dollars to realize, right, where we are, and we were number 9 on that chart not too long ago. Realize there are thousands of other projects that were created that spent millions and millions and millions of dollars to promote themselves, to develop whatever they were doing. I don't know, right? Or they have some big fancy celebrity pushing them, okay? And we beat them all so far. We aren't bragging. We aren't taking anything for granted. But where we are, what you have accomplished right now, that's all that matters right now, right here, has been extraordinary. But the real exciting part is that the momentum is growing. We are going, okay, because of your participation. Okay. All right, one more. We got a lot more to talk about. I need to speed up here. Sorry. I promise I always come on to these thinking I'll do 15 minutes, and I stay on here, but we're having some fun. Mr. Noel Soul says this. Kind of creepy. The bull run will be called the bull run. Well, okay, if you want to call it that, the bull run. Kind of funny. At Basement Ron. Higher for UFD. UnicornFartTest.com video credits to the one and only Mr. John Piss. He's taking commissions. We smile. Send him 10,000 beans and a video request. Let's see what this. Wow, that's good. You will hear the Jeets. Can you hear the Jeets? What all this means? Can you hear the UFD haters? Their howls. The gnashing of teeth. You will. Okay. Whew. That's like a nightmare. And then somebody had some interesting things to say, but the dark had this to say: this bull cycle will not be like any other previous runs. Why? It's been interrupted by one man in his basement Ron. I've been around for many cycles now. This one already feels different, more exciting and fun vibes. UFD was born and has taken over. Yeah, I mean, guys, to think that anything is not possible is crazy. This was an experiment. This was a substitute for crockpot videos, okay? And look what you've done. Look what this has turned into. Whatever, I don't, $20 million market cap right now. We got as high as 400 million during the crazy time right after early January. To think that this can't go unbelievably farther with what we've done and the way that this has been created and worked is really, right, anything's possible. The fact that we're here right now is extraordinary, but there's nothing stopping the unlimited potential of UFD. And let me tell you just one reason why. In case you haven't heard, we got some big breaking news. Right? There's only 999. Look, you see it? Let's get a good angle for you. 999 million beans. You see those beans in there? Oh, shoot. Sorry. One of them, hopefully, is you. Those beans represent the Diamond Hooves dusters, those who've chosen to participate a little more than everyone else. They are hodlers. They're Diamond Hooves. They are not going to sell their beans. And the good news is this jug represents every bean that's ever been created, every UFD. There's only one UFD. We do have digital scarcity. Nobody can ever make another UFD. Trust me, they've been trying to copy us from the beginning, which is fine. That actually helps us, and we wish everybody well in the world, right? But they can't replicate this one thing. There's one UFD. There's one you. You are part of it. You are participating. I promise I won't say it again. That makes us different. That gives us digital scarcity. But the digital scarcity is even more exaggerated when we realize, right, that there's only 999 million beans and that we're on the best network in the world, Solana. We can't make any more. We are digitally scarce. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the corral, Duster. And if you're a buttercup, we'd like you to become a Duster. And then if you want, I'm not a cult. This is not a cult. It's a cult, C-O-L-T. I'll never tell you what to do. But if you want, if you'd like, right, we work on the idea of attraction. You can put a bean in here. That means you're diamond hooves. And you are we're going to go to Valhalla. Hey, I'm going to keep that crock pot box there. I can put the beans on the crock pot. All right. Put the beans in the crock pot. Where were we? Okay. Interesting. Let's talk about what's going on in the world, the big picture for crypto. And this was a great one from our friend Obi, okay, who says there's a new Cold War, the cold storage war. I don't know. I wasn't able to confirm this, but I found this very interesting. I believe what this is showing us is that the United States has 201,000 Bitcoin in reserve, and Russia has 195,000 Bitcoin. Guys, it's undeniable that crypto is here to stay. Trust me, a year ago right now, I was softening, but I was still a crypto critic. I was still like, crypto schmipto. It's all a bunch of unicorn fart dust. You can go back and watch my thing. That's what I would say. That's where the name came from, right? But I was softening over the last year, and I think it's undeniable. Now all this new legislation, they're saying July in August are going to be massive for government legislation surrounding crypto. You've got like MoonPay, our sponsor, MoonPay, right? Who everybody in crypto knows of, and more people outside of crypto are learning because they are the on-ramp, right, to convert fiat into crypto. They've done it like over 30 million times. I need to get updated numbers. I bet it's closer to 35 million now, but nonetheless, they're in 180 countries. Everybody is learning about crypto, and they're making it easier and easier. As a matter of fact, now you can buy, when people ask you that question, okay, so this unicorn fart dust sounds kind of interesting, Duster, but how do I get it? You can say, you can buy it on MoonPay. Right? You'll make their day. Okay. Also, thank you to Ledger. Ledger is like the digital security leader, the cryptocurrency hardware wallet leader. Okay. Cold storage, whatever you want to call it, protecting your crypto. They secure over like 20% of the world's crypto, right? Awesome company. Great to have them as a sponsor. You know that I use a Ledger Flex device, which I love. I love the Ledger Live app. I don't hear enough people talking about the Ledger Live app. The Ledger Live app, look, if I can do it and figure it out, anybody can do it. But the most important thing I want you to remember out there, guys, is you can learn from my mistake. You know, I got hacked, right? It was over $1 million worth of UFD when it happened. I never thought it would happen. I thought, I'm fine. I'm safe. I'm careful. It happens. Okay. So please do yourself a favor. Think about security before something happens, because there is nothing. After I got hacked, I had so many people contact me, smart people, and said, Ron, it happened to me. It happens to almost everybody. It doesn't have to happen to almost everybody. Okay. Well, I'll never tell you what to do, but I would say you may benefit from looking into Ledger and the hardware wallet cold storage solutions that they offer. Where was I? Okay, here we are. What else is going on this week? This is a week here. Let's look at the economic calendar for the week. What's the big news of the week going to be? And it will be on Thursday, because don't forget, Friday is a holiday, July 4th. Today is Monday, June 3rd. Atlanta Fed President Bostic will be speaking Tuesday. Not much news. However, we will have Jerome Powell from the United States Federal Reserve, right? That wonderful central bank that we have here in the United States, which has a little habit of printing money out of thin air, but he'll be speaking. That could move the markets. The big news of the week will be on Thursday, which will be the jobs numbers. It will be fiction time because these numbers are always treated with a high degree of skepticism. However, looks like they are expecting 115,000 jobs to be created. What's interesting about the jobs number is always this. The number comes out. They'll release this number, and this will be July 3rd, so they will be the June numbers. They're going to say how many jobs, I'll just highlight that, were created in June. Well, there's June right there. But then at the same time, quietly in the background, they'll say, oh, and they revise the previous 2-month numbers. They'll say, oh, by the way, those numbers we gave you for May and April, they were wrong. It's almost like 95% of the times when they do these revisions, they revise the previous 2-month numbers down. I have a theory that I think possibly, and I'm just saying a suspicion that what they're doing is moving some of those jobs then to the current month. But who knows with what's going on with all the craziness right now in the world. All right, guys, that's about it. Today, what am I going to do? I'll show you what I got to do. I got to fix the darn washing machine. We have a 25-year-old Bosch washing machine, and it's broken. But I'm going to show you how you can turn $25 into $1,600, right? Have more money for your beans. Here you go. See if I pulled that up. That's going to be my new friend today. She's supposed to arrive a little bit later today. That's a new cold water inlet valve. Yeah, you don't care, right? I didn't care as of a couple days ago, but $28. And I looked at buying a new washing machine, and a new Bosch washing machine was like $1,600. LG has some, and I'm like, you know what? I think I can do this. I actually put a hot water valve in a couple years ago, and if it works, great. I just saved $1,600. And God forbid, you know how expensive it is to have a repairman come to your house anymore? It probably costs $400 to have some dude come over here who probably wouldn't do as good of a job as I'm going to do and slap that thing in there. So anyway, I always encourage people. I know you're not here for life advice, but I'll give you some life advice. With YouTube now and with all the information we have at our fingertips, you can do all kinds of stuff yourself. And if you save $400, that's more money to go on vacation with, or buy UFD, or pay off some debt, or whatever the case may be, right? I mean, I put a power steering pump in a 2005 Acura TSX, and it worked with the help of YouTube. So don't underestimate your abilities. This is not the How to Ron YouTube channel, but I wanted to show you know what, and I'll share this with you as well. I had a very heartwarming. I shared this on the timeline. And not as many people looked at it as I thought they would. This is from yesterday. This is a picture of me and Lola. Lola works she's the first person you run into when you go into Six Flags in St. Louis. And I've been bringing my daughters there for like 9 or 10 years. I'm pretty sure she's been there the whole time. This is the nicest lady you're ever going to meet. And I put out a tweet saying, like, this woman is the person one of the people that makes the world work. She's like the person you got to walk through the metal detector. She makes sure you're not bringing in a gun or alcohol or food or anything like that. But what she really does is, like, she's so nice and so sweet. And she was always so nice to my daughters. And yesterday, when I was walking into Six Flags, I asked her, I said, Lola, can I get my picture with you? So, I'm 8 feet tall, so I had to kneel down. But Lola is good attracts good. And that was really what I wanted to say. Is she a duster? No, I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't ask her, but I'm pretty sure she's not. Does she live what we are? Good attracts good. She does, right? She's there. I don't know. She looked probably a little older than me. And she's there every single time I go to Six Flags, and she's always smiling, and she's always on her feet. And it gets to be like 150 degrees out here in St. Louis. So anyway, good attracts good. I wish the people at Six Flags, I hope that they someday build like a statue for her. I had a feeling they will. Someday they'll build a statue for us too, guys. UFD. We have something special going on right now. Right now. Stop. We're not talking about yesterday. We're not talking about tomorrow. We're talking about right now. And it's these bonds, these relationships, the shared mission that we have together. We are proving to the world, right? Like cryptocurrency gave us, I guess Satoshi or whatever his name was, gave us this gift, this blockchain thing, right? That is completely transparent. Handed us a gift, right? And then, you know, the whole story, right? I had this experiment that I did that was because of that gift, because of the decentralization, because of the democratization, gave us this opportunity that we have right now and that we're nurturing along, right? And we're not doing it by paying people to talk about us. We're not doing it by paying people to do anything, right? We're doing it with hard work, determination, and heart and passion. Let's keep it up. Thank you. You are the most important part. I appreciate you being here. Don't forget, retweet this, please, right? Let's get the word out to more people. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Unicorn Fart Dust. That's where we got a lot of buttercups, okay? So please, if you haven't already, do that. Most importantly, have a great day. Be good to yourself. It will give you the best platform you could ask for to be good to other people. Take care.